Let's bring in Kevin the Medium. He is the biggest BC Lions fan that I know, and there are many BC Lions fans. Hi, Kev. Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Good. Happy Halloween to you.
Yes, very scary. I love your costume. Lions colors fit very well with Halloween, don't
they? They do. They're the orange and black, man. Orange and black.
Yeah, every Lions game is Halloween, but they're on the road Saturday. And it's funny, Kevin, you said you wanted to troll the Smurf Mafia today. You understand that you're playing the Riders, right? You know the stage is yours.
No, I didn't. I didn't say I wanted to troll the Smurf Mafia. I wanted to make sure they realized, without an act of God, we're playing them this week. They needed God's intervention to win that game against Montreal.
Which is fine. It happened. Yeah, we're not splitting hair. That's all you wanted to say. Okay, I get it. But they're not. They're sitting back and watching this game on Saturday, awaiting the winner between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the BC Lions. And I want to ask you, do you have any idea which BC team is going to show up? Because I get a sense nobody knows.
Even with all my crystal balls, all my abilities, I don't have a clue. It's been that type of year for the Lions. Is you turn the TV on and you hold your breath and go, which team is going to show up? I honestly think this team has a bit of a burr in their saddle. The way everything was handled with Rourke coming back, and a lot of the players, I honestly believe, think this team was was VA's team, and it was taken away from them. Now that he's back, I think they have a bit of a burr in their saddle, and they're going to play for VA.
To clarify, I think you might have said the wrong name. You're saying it was VA's team, and it was taken away from him.
Sorry.
Am I right?
Yes,
yeah, you said
that is correct.
I just want to get that clear, because that's a pretty important distinction there, right? And Winnipeg has woken up. Patrolman Pete writes in, he says, "Hit me with your best shot, Kevin," in all caps. And he says, the divine intervention happened, Kevin. So there. Charlie writes in, he says, "Nice to see Kevin Hughes here. I am subscribed to his podcast for the fun times discussing sports and the fiery opinions on Winnipeg versus BC teams. LOL." You know, they have a lot of fun. I watch the Hughes Sports podcast. It is fun. I tune in as much as I can. You guys do a great job on there. But
thank you.
How confident are you? Because I said this. I'm only picking BC to win this game Saturday because I had a BC Montreal Grey Cup. But that was preseason. I picked that, Kevin. It feels like a freaking year ago. Your team has been through so much this year.
Well, hasn't pretty much every team been through, especially in the West?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at this season, Winnipeg started, 0-5? And they won how many of their the last half? Saskatchewan, they actually won a game after Labor Day for the first time this century. So it's been bizarre. It's been a bizarre year. And I'm glad I'm not a betting man, because I'd be broke. Because I can never bet against my Lions. I just can't do it. So if I was spending money, I'd be homeless.
Well, I'm not asking you for a bet. What I will say is this. CFL fans love your show and you, because you're football first. You wear your passion on your sleeve. And I'll say this. As a football guy that you are, the BC Lions will win Saturday if fill in the blank.
If the players come out and actually play for VA like they did in their last game, it was pretty much a mean-nothing game. But you could see they had fire in their eyes. They had the pep in their step, if you want to say it that way. If they come out and I think we'll know in the first series what team is coming out. My question is, how long is VA's leash? Does he get a half? Does he get a quarter? Do we see? I remember watching. Was it the Western semifinal or the Western final? You and I watched with the Stampeders
semi-final.
when it was a semifinal when they had benched Bo Levi and he came in. It was like a WWE event when he walked onto the field. So who knows?
Well, the thing is, I think you know what you're going to get from Sask. It's their best game. They're at home, and I think they'll be good. It's BC is the X factor in this, and nobody knows what it's going to be. By the way, speaking of Bo, my good friend Bo, if you were voting on the Most Outstanding Player Award, because he was named the finalist for the East, he's the rep for the East. He's going against Brady Oliveira of Winnipeg for the West. Who would you vote for?
Oh, it pains me to say this, but I have to take Bo. He had a great season. I heard someone earlier in your chat saying, oh, he was benched and he was horrible. And yeah, he was. But he came back and he lit it up. He was Bo of old. And it was literally, you watch some of the Hamilton games and you're like, wow, did this guy take the fountain of youth? Because he was old Bo. He was running the ball, throwing it a mile. So, yeah, I think he deserves it. Even though his team didn't make the playoffs, he still deserves it.
Yeah, I should stay out of the comments here because they're derailing us here, Kevin. But yeah, but the people that say he was benched, how could he be most outstanding player? Well, thank God you don't have a vote because who cares? He set a tie catch record for passing yards in a season, man. That's why you don't have a vote. I will just say this, I am expecting you and I will be talking on Sunday, but on the record, professionally here on the show, the thing with the Nathan Rourke situation is nobody did anything wrong. If you were the Lions, they would go back and sign him again, right? Like Nathan, nobody saw that coming. It's not like there was an error made here, you know?
The only thing in hindsight, and hindsight is really easy, I think VA should have been given the team back when he got healthy. Same thing when Rourke got hurt in 2022. VA took over, and when Rourke was healthy, it was his team again. That's what they should have done with Vernon. Didn't happen. Now, we were talking on our podcast last night, and what happens now if Vernon Adams catches fire and the team catches fire and runs the next 3 games? All of a sudden, is there a controversy, or do you stick with Rourke?
It's bye-bye Nathan Rourke is what it is. And you had a controversy that the Lions they're trying to cover that up like a bird in the sandbox. And they came out and said, VA's our guy. You know what? And we're going to find out on Saturday whether they made the right decision or not. But I admire the conviction in doing that and doing what was best for the team. Kev, before I let you go, how about the Vancouver Canucks?
You know what? It's that which team is showing up. Not too often I turn a Canucks game off. Not too often I turn a Lions game off. I actually turned the game off last night, went to bed when they were down. I think it was 4-0 when I turned it off. And to be honest, I haven't looked at the score this morning. It's Heckle or Dr. Heckle, Mr. Hyde. You never know which team you're going to get. Pedersen, we don't know what's ailing him. Is it up here or is it in the wrist? Something's wrong there. But it's only 10 games into the season. Lots of time to go. I still say the Canucks will be, I'm going to say, in the top 3 in our division. Or in our conference, sorry.
As you say. I got you. As you say, it's still early. All right, Kev, did you get a new microphone? It sounds very resonant and deep, or maybe it's just you.
It's probably my voice. I've been fighting this dang cold for, I'm going to say 3 weeks now. So I think it's just my raspy voice, Rod.
Okay, well, it sounded very good. You did a great job, Kev. My best to the whole crew. What do people need to know about the Hughes Sports Podcast? Plug it, please.
Every Wednesday, 7 p.m., you can check us out on YouTube at HSP or Hughes Sports Podcast, or on Twitter at HSP. We're just two, and we kind of took the name from Rod. Rod gave us this name. He gave me the name Irrational Fan. And we kind of taken that moniker, and that's what we are. We're irrational fans talking about our favorite teams, and it's just fun. me and my son, and we go back and forth. He goes on a rant. I laugh at him. I go on a rant. He laughs at me. It's just a fun time.
You're welcome for the irrational fan thing. By the way, I wasn't faking that. You are an irrational fan. I saw it in your living room. Kirk in Toronto. I just saw this. Kirk says, could you ask Kevin, please, who wins the East semifinal? What are they saying, Kev? What
It's got to be Toronto. Well, and you know how this works, and everybody always does this to me because I'm a medium. That's what I do. They don't give me the answers. If I did, I'd be doing what I do, so living on a beach in Mexico. Come on. But I honestly think Toronto, that one's going to be, I still say both games are going to be close. I'm picking within a touchdown of each game is going to be within a touchdown. If you've never watched a CFL game, this is a weekend to watch. It's going to be fun.
Here we go. You don't need a crystal ball to see Toronto wins on Saturday. How about that? All right, Kev. Good seeing you, buddy. Talk to you on the weekend.
Thanks, buddy.